Welcome to my 1-year review of the Earfun Free Pro wireless earbuds, as well as the FIIL T1XSs, which are very similar with some slight differences I'll go over, as well as a discussion of sort of their value in comparison to other tech that's currently on the market, namely Airpods and the other big brand earbuds, as well as some things like Raycons. So first, quick rundown on the contents. You get the 2 earbuds, the charging case, the various different ear tips, as well as the wing tips. I use the second largest buds and the largest wings. What I do find nice is the smallest wings actually don't have any at all, so if you're not a fan of those, you can take them off without having that weird gap there. You then get your Type-C charging and your various manuals. Quick rundown of some specs. It has 4 microphones, Bluetooth 5.2, active noise canceling, as well as transparent mode, wireless charging. The earbuds themselves are touch rather than a physical button, and they're IPX5 waterproof. You also get quick charge, which, you know, there's the claims on the actual page. I would just say it charges up fairly quickly. After a year, most batteries are starting to go downhill. For mine specifically, at work, I have 1 earbud in at a time, and for probably about 7 hours straight of playing at medium volume with no noise canceling or anything on, lasts me 7 hours. And overall, with the case, running it down to 0 might get me mid 20s, maybe high 20s. So not the 32 hours of total time, and that's without the noise canceling. But for the most part, most people, if you're not wearing it for an entire shift, it will last you about a week of normal listening. Obviously, it depends what you do. But say you use this mostly just to go to the gym for about an hour or so, yeah, this will last you a week pretty well. So the active noise canceling, it's fine. It gets rid of some noises very, very well. With other sounds, sometimes it just makes it go more high-pitched, which puts it more in the back of your head. But overall, it will make it more quiet and does a good job of that. But for the most part, I'd say the buds themselves do a really good job sealing it. So sometimes you don't even need the active noise canceling. Then moving on to the audio pass-through, it's also fine. For me though, even after a year, I just can't quite, it doesn't sound quite right where you're speaking to somebody and you're hearing them and your voice sounds much louder because the buds are plugging your ears and they don't sound quite right. But I'm sure that goes for most things. I've never had it where it's been on and somebody hasn't been able to say my name and I've been able to hear it. So as far as that goes, it does what it's meant to. The Bluetooth itself, it's at 5.2, which I think is the current newest one. And with that sort of the distance, I can be all the way across my house through just normal drywall, and you know, phone on one end, me on the other, it's still going. There's no lag between what I'm watching and distortion or anything like that. So distance is very, very good, which has caused me to sometimes completely forget my phone somewhere and then walk around the house, and then once it finally cuts out or I need to pick my phone up, I realize I don't have it. I don't notice any audio difference. So then actual sound quality, just really solid. Like, it's not gonna blow your mind with the amount of detail, but compared to previous pairs, there are details in videos and songs and sounds where I just didn't hear it before on previous cheaper pairs. Again, going back to the seal of the buds, I think that's what gives this very solid bass, but I think is in just the right spot where you only hear it if you need to, and if it's very bassy, you get very bassy, and if it's not, then you don't get any of it, so you don't get any of that annoying, sometimes even voices that are slightly deep become bassy. No, it sounds good, and honestly, I think it's as good as you need to get to say it's good audio and will satisfy pretty much anybody listening to them. So with all of the numbers and specs and stuff like that out of the way, then a quick look at the physical design again. We have the case, which is extremely small, about 2.5, 3 heights of the actual earbuds themselves, as well as how wide they are. Honestly, this is as small as I think you need to get. I suppose you could get smaller and that'd be amazing, but this is just super duper small, fits in any pocket. I like the matte exterior with the gloss top, at least in the sense that it isn't all gloss, so you don't get fingerprints and scratches, which you can probably see that mine is. And then specifically the earbuds. This is the one thing that I especially like about this, as from previous earbuds that I've used. Similar to the case, the matte and then gloss on the top. However, the gloss is what is touch sensitive. And when you have that plastic rim that isn't, this stops a lot of accidental touches and gives you a safe spot to maneuver and move the earbuds without pressing anything. And when using the actual controls, you know exactly where you need to press because of the texture difference. Whereas with previous earbuds, while the whole surface of it was supposedly touch sensitive, you really did have to get in the middle, but it was sort of hard to tell if you actually got it. You don't have any of that with this. It's a very two-tone, you know if you press it or not. With that, the controls aren't the most simple and intuitive that I've seen, but also not the worst, sort of a mid-ground. With these have every control that I want. While you can't go back a track, I rarely ever have to do that. Usually I want to forward it, so a lack of that isn't a big deal for me. Also with the case, the magnet is just right. The lip on the case is enough for you to be able to open it, and it won't ever fly open on you whenever you don't want to. So then, looking at its price, it's currently at $60 with $10 off, but it does vary from time to time whenever you're looking at it. And its counterpart, the FIIL T1XSs, are $36. So I would say, unless the physical design is absolutely important to you, the T1XSs are extremely similar. I mean, just look at them. However, those do have app control and slightly different things, as well as you can get it in white, and they're cheaper. So say the bass is too much for you with the XSs, you can change the EQ with that. So overall, everything I'm saying about this can be applied to the XSs. Then of course we have the Free Pros 2, which are $80 with a $20 coupon. So that one's sitting at $60 and the previous sitting at $50. Now you have this strange price range going from $36 to $50 to $60. So as far as all of this comparison goes, I would say go with the XSs at $36 if you can't, but if you are willing to spend that bit more, go with the Pros too. But I wouldn't say that there's a huge difference where you feel like you're truly missing out if you don't go for those. So at these prices, right, at $36 for the XSs, that is a very, very good pair of earbuds for almost, you know, walking into Walmart and grabbing a decent pair price. So your Raycons are going to be $80, and of course you constantly have deals with YouTubers and codes and all that stuff. So I'd say a good $10-15 off of that. And looking at the original AirPods on Amazon right now, you get them for $120, which just shows you, you know, do you want to spend $40 or do you want to spend $120 on earbuds that don't even have buds? So of course, this is always up to you. You know, what do you think looks nice? What's worth the money to you? However, I guess I want to, as a final note, just say the Free Pros are the first pair of earbuds, and I've tried I think a dozen different pairs on Amazon. The Free Pros are the first pair where I would actually recommend somebody, hey, these are good, these are just gonna work. I forgot to even mention, yes, you flip open the case, they automatically connect to your phone. You don't have to fiddle with anything. The Free Pros do have the benefit of, you know, you don't have to mess with an app or anything. These are the first pair of earbuds I would say to anybody, yes, you can ditch the wires. You're not going to be more inconvenienced by them. They have more features than you would on a wired pair. They sound good, they work good. And through Amazon, just for a couple bucks, you can get a multi-year warranty, which even though mine have cracks and chips and stuff, they're still working, but I still have another 2 years after only paying $5. And if they suddenly stop, the Assuron insurance, they just give you a full refund, and now you can go buy the same pair for even cheaper, or maybe you can upgrade to a newer pair. So overall, if you're looking at these and wanting to know if this or the 2s or the XSs are really any good and can stand up, I'll know. I haven't tested them side to side, just price wise and functionality and durability. Yes, they are very good. So thank you for joining this video. It's a bit different than my other ones, not an actual unboxing and more of a discussion than a straight up review. If you want me to do more videos like this, just let me know. Or if you want me to review the Pros 2 and then do a comparison video, I'd be down for that. But until then, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.